It's the hottest sale of the summer at West County Nissan. Muranos have been discounted by $7,000. 0% financing available or pay just $247 per month. Go to westcountynissan.com and drive your new Murano home today.
Cardinals coverage on 101sports.com is brought to you by West County Nissan.
Take us back to 1984. You were on, if I understand correctly, the very first United States Olympic baseball team.
Well, demonstration at that given time. But, yeah, it was the first official, let's see if baseball is going to be in the Olympics for a long period of time. It was exciting because, it was in my own backyard. Got to stay at SC, played at Dodger Stadium. I grew up, going to so many Dodger games. It was really cool.
And did you get to take part in the full ceremony?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The uniforms we wore were atrocious looking, but it was really cool. We were, the basketball team was pretty good too. A guy I think is Michael Jordan was on that team.
I've heard of him.
So it was really neat to, walk out. I guess we were fighting, the baseball team was fighting the basketball team, who's going to be the last people to walk out for the Americans, and it was really cool. Had a great time. I was one of the captains. Michael Jordan was the captain of the basketball team, so it was a fantastic time.
So when you're fighting a guy like Michael Jordan for position, what is that conversation like? How does that go?
Well, I was just boxing him out. No.
Because, you guys both have some serious game faces. How did that play out?
Oh, it was just neat. Being at the village with everybody, having a great time. It's really a once in a lifetime for a baseball player because it's like you never grow up as a kid going, hey, I'm going to have a chance to be in the Olympics. Unfortunately, this year, they voted baseball out of the Olympics. Hopefully, they'll get it back into it. But it's just the year prior to that I played in the Pan American Games, to play against all these teams all across the world. It's just awesome experience for an amateur athlete, which I really believe that's what the Olympics is about. The Olympics is about the amateur athletes. It's unfortunate that professionals now are playing in it, but that's just the way it is now. But it was an awesome time.
You guys had a pretty good team as well. Barry Larkin was on that team. Will Clark was there. Yeah.
And Barry Larkin didn't even play. Think about that. Barry Larkin didn't play. Flavio Alfaro was our shortstop from San Diego State. Barry was Hall of Famer, everybody. Didn't really play in the ball club. Will Clark was there. Will Clark
was left
field because I was playing first base. Odin McDowell played quite a few years in the big leagues, was in center field. Corey Snyder. We had a really good team back then. 1984. I don't know. There was at least maybe 10 #1 draft picks. Yeah. So it was really cool.
So coming away from that, besides the opening ceremonies and the basketball story, what do you take away? Are there any sort of particular games or moments or highlights that you remember about?
Unfortunately, the thing that I take away, we lost. Yeah. We got the silver.
Yeah.
And it was a game that we probably should have won. We lost to Japan. Unfortunately, we didn't pull it off. We definitely had the better ball club. That was the thing that just being in our home country and being in my backyard, it would have been just really, really cool to win the gold.
That was Mary Lou Retton 1984 Olympics too, right? Wasn't it? Or was that 88? I think it was 84.
I'm not too sure. I was having my blinders on about baseball. So
I was going to ask you, what was life like in the village? Did you get to stay in the village and run around and meet anybody else?
Well, you saw the basketball players. Back then it didn't really watch much of the gymnastics or swimming or anything like that. It was just, you knew who the basketball players were, so we sort of hung out with them, and we just, it's really, it's hard to explain to people. It's just one of those things that as a baseball player, to be in the Olympics, it's one of those things that's, you can't explain to anybody. It was so exciting. I wish they can bring it back. Because the other sports, it was always an Olympic sport, and we were the first ones to really say, hey, look, if it goes really well, they're going to take it. And then in 1988, I believe Jim Abbott was on that ball club. They did win the gold medal.
Where's your silver medal? What do you do with it?
It's back home. It's back home. Storage, locked up, key, throwing the key away. No, it's back. It's back home. I've kept all my memorabilia stuff and passed on to my kids, and my kids can pass on to their kids.
Very cool. Appreciate the time, man.
Anytime, man.